Sometimes what can be heard in war is as evocative as the dreadful images it creates. In eastern Aleppo this morning, the piercing sound of people screaming in pain and desperation echoed amidst the debris once the warplanes had done their worst. In this besieged city, one of the few places anyone goes now is the bakery. Today it cost many their lives. They were just ordinary people waiting for the bread to be baked, this rescue worker says. They were all targeted, as were the ambulance crews. Many are still trapped. The other places people go in what's left of Aleppo are the hospitals. The warplanes went to them as well. 2 of the 5 trauma hospitals hit in the early hours of the morning. The 30 doctors left to care for the 300,000 people in the city say they now have only 6 intensive care beds.
The 2 big hospitals are out of service because of directly targeting. So it's you couldn't even imagine the situation in the days in the coming days.
The attacks are widely seen as a preemptive strike by the regime supported by Russia ahead of a ground assault on the city. With 400 dead in a week, a quarter of them children, the US is now threatening to suspend contact with Russia unless the bombing stops. At the UN today, the Secretary-General, the world's most senior diplomat, used very non-diplomatic language to sum up the horror.
Let us be clear. Those using ever more destructive weapons know exactly what they are doing. They know they are committing war crimes. Imagine the destruction. People with their limbs blown off, children in a terrible pain with no relief, infected, suffering, dying, with nowhere to go and no end in sight. Imagine a slaughterhouse. This is worse.
It's a hideous description, but one that many in Aleppo would agree with, as they dig in the dark, trying to find those who have been trapped since before dawn. Emma Murphy, News at 10.